After a stellar decade or so on the home console market, Sony's dominance was about to be tested. Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're going to be taking a look at the history of the Sony PlayStation Part 2.
The essence of the PlayStation DNA is real change, and the consumers are ready.
Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Microsoft got a massive head start on the HD era by releasing the Xbox 360 on November 22, 2005. The 360 was a big seller, and like the PlayStation 2 before it, supply was extremely low, leading to exorbitant prices on eBay and other online outlets. By the end of the year, Microsoft had shipped 1.5 million units throughout the world. The 360 was praised for many aspects, including its online performance, digital media distribution, and high-definition graphics. Sony, meanwhile, seemed to be twiddling its thumbs. But no matter how late they may have been to the generational starting line, they may have been able to salvage their reputation with a solid release.
Your quest is over? What if it's only beginning?
However, their disastrous showing at E3 2006 seemed to be hinting at a downward spiral. Sony's E3 performance instantly spawned memes, and it is still remembered in gaming circles for being particularly awful. For one thing, they presented an inferior PlayStation. While the prototype promised 2 HDMI ports, 3 Ethernet ports, and 6 USB ports, the PlayStation 3 that was shown at E3 came only equipped with 1, and 4 respectively. But perhaps the biggest joke was the price. Sony was retailing the 60GB model for a whopping $600, a fact that was not exactly taken well by those in attendance.
And the 60GB PlayStation 3 for $599 US, $659 Canadian.
The controversy unfortunately did not end there. When Sony finally released the console in November of 2006, a full year after the Xbox 360, there were reports of violence surrounding the release. Customers waiting in line were robbed, people fought over the limited supplies of consoles, there were reports of drive-by shootings with BB guns, and one unfortunate buyer was even shot in an altercation. On top of that, it was announced that the European release would be delayed to the following March. On top of that, the Nintendo Wii released at exactly the same time, and we all know how that turned out. So, let's recap. Sony was a year late to the party. Their console was laughably expensive. It instigated violence, though that's not exactly their fault. It had to compete with the established Xbox 360 and the release of the Wii. Developers also hated making games for it, and it was delayed in a major area of the world. It's no surprise then that it sold relatively poorly.
So we have given you a glimpse into the world of PlayStation 3.
It was absolutely crushed by the competition, especially the Wii, and many people thought that this spelt doom for the PlayStation. Luckily, things started to turn around a bit later in the console's lifecycle as Blu-ray dominated over HD DVD. The stupidly high price was cut, a cheaper, slim model was later introduced, and various critically acclaimed exclusives like Uncharted 2, God of War 3, and The Last of Us were eventually released.
We won't get another shot at this. I want Joel to watch over her.
The PS3 definitely did alright in the end, but its rocky start led many to question the future of the console brand. Its follow-up, the PlayStation 4, was officially unveiled on February 20th, 2013 at an event called the PlayStation Meeting 2013. The design itself was released to the public at E3 2013 with a much friendlier price point of $400.
If you enjoy playing single-player games offline, PS4 won't require you to check in online periodically.
And this time it was Microsoft's turn to take a disaster.
Design and build an all-in-one system to light up a new generation of games, TV, and entertainment.
They held an extremely controversial and now infamous press conference to unveil the Xbox One. However, the conference was a total mess for a myriad of reasons, chief among them being the digital rights management fiasco.
Making games more immersive, more personal, and more connected than ever before.
And this all but sunk the Xbox One right out of the gate, if not severely hamstrung it.
They can trade in the game at retail, sell it to another person, lend it to a friend, or keep it forever.
Since its release in November of 2013, the PS4 has brought many exciting additions to the PlayStation repertoire. In place of backwards compatibility is PlayStation Now, a streaming service similar to Netflix that gamers can use to stream past PlayStation titles. It has also incorporated many social features for the new generation, including a share function, community creation, and live streaming. A virtual reality add-on called the PlayStation VR was released in October of 2016, allowing gamers to play various PlayStation games in virtual reality. By December of 2017, it had sold roughly 2 million units. These interesting features, the poor performance of the Xbox One, and its library of games ensured that PlayStation regained its spot at the top. Since that time, Sony has dominated with their exclusives, as many people have reportedly bought PlayStation 4s solely for the exclusive titles, from sequels to their classic franchises like Uncharted 4 and God of War, as well as brand new IPs like Bloodborne and Horizon Zero Dawn.
What can you show me?
They have also kept up with modern consumer demands by releasing the PlayStation 4 Pro in November 2016, a more powerful version of the PS4 that provides better graphics and performance. In June of 2015, the PlayStation 4 held a 70% market share in Europe, and by December of 2017, the console had sold roughly 70 million units. As we enter what Sony has called the final phase of the PlayStation 4's lifecycle, it will be exciting to see where Sony and the PlayStation go from there. But one thing is certain, it'll be a hell of a ride.
PlayStation.
Thanks for watching MojoPlays. Be sure to subscribe and click on the link in the description below to check out our suggestion page and vote on what content you'd like to see us cover next.